are joining. And so since I'm using my personal account, we're also limited to this 1 hour. And we do have a strict time schedule for all the presentations. So I'm hoping that's it's the first attempt. We will see what happens during the call and in the meetup. But I'm really excited that it's comes along quite nicely. People will be presenting from the locations with from their cell phones probably. So I would kindly ask all other participants to mute during the presentations, because there might be sound issues otherwise, of course. So let me first check which tab I should do, and do this, and then share. So now you should see my screen if everything is well, and I'm really hoping this switching in presentation hosting will not give too many problems. So the idea of this Explore the Globe meetup was conceived during the Euro meetup in Munich that we had a couple of months ago. And the concept is quite easy. So in the course of this hour, we will have 5-minute time slots for, in this case, we have 8 different hosts from around the globe who will be showcasing some point of interest, some place from their area. So right now, as you see, I'm hosting this from Belgium. So let's see where the travel is taking us first. So we're moving from east to west to get most of the daylight. And our first stop is apparently the Petronas Twin Towers in Malaysia. And there we have Adrian Lunsong hosting. So Adrian, please take the floor and share your screen to present the building.
Okay, can you guys all hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so the setup that I was going for didn't quite work out the way I wanted to, but this is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So this is the Petronas Twin Towers. By the way, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody, and welcome to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So Kuala Lumpur is the capital of Malaysia, and today I'm going to show you the Petronas Twin Towers, which you have over here. I'm going to switch the camera around a little bit. And hopefully you should still be able to see me. If you can't see me, just let me know, okay? So it's very makeshift at the moment, but we are still here at the Petronas Twin Towers. It is the tallest twin structure in the world, and it is the 3rd tallest in Malaysia. And also, there's actually 2 other taller buildings here in Malaysia. So it's not something that you would think you would see in a Southeast Asian country, but actually it's very common here in Kuala Lumpur. There's actually 400 plus buildings in Kuala Lumpur that is considered a skyscraper. So I wrote some notes to share with you about the fun facts for the Petronas Twin Towers. It is 451.9 meters tall. It is crazy tall. It was started out in 1992 and finished in 1999 at a cost of 7.4 billion ringgit, which is about 1.6 million US dollars. There are 88 floors altogether. At the bottom bit is 5 floors of retail space. It is called the KLCC Surya. So that's the name of the shopping mall that is at the bottom 5 floors. There's also a symphony hall in there, as well as an art gallery and a PetroScience Discovery Center. So Petronas, if you're not familiar with it, is a Malaysian company that does petroleum imports, exports, and also distribution.
We lost your visuals. Yeah.
Sorry?
We lost your visuals.
Oh, lost my visuals.
Yeah.
So you have.
We see a very nice picture, but not building.
I don't know how to go back.
No problem. We
Okay.
saw the.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll just switch to this side of the camera anyway. So yes, at the bottom of the Petronas Twin Towers, there's 5 floors of retail space. It's 88 floors altogether, and as a public, you can go all the way up to the 86th floor, which is way up there. Top 2 floors are reserved for mechanical parts, I guess, or whatever they need to do. But the 86th floor is the observation deck that you can get yourself to there. And on the 41st and 42nd floor is a sky bridge. The sky bridge is 2 stories, and it's the tallest 2-story sky bridge in the world as well.
Wow.
And if you're wondering, at the back end of the this area here is the KLCC Park, and there's musical fountains that go on every night and evening. I'm gonna have a bit of a walk around actually and show you the bit. But also, sorry, just kind of behind me, there's actually a park as well over here. Any questions so far about Petronas Twin Towers?
Is it used? Is it offices? Not all the floors are employees of the Petronas company, right?
I'm not too sure. I presume there are other offices, other companies in there as well. But yes, the majority of the space up there is for offices. And then obviously there's, I think, 2 floors that's reserved for observation for the tourists to go to, and a sky bridge. But everything else is the office space. And the shopping mall, sorry? The tourists, sorry? What about the tourists? Yes.
Yes, tourists can go to the observation deck you mentioned, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And it goes, that's the 86th floor.
Can you please make the presenter screen big?
Okay.
Can you
No, I
please make the presenter screen should be enlarged?
Yeah, you can do this by just clicking on the pin symbol of the person who is speaking, and then it becomes bigger.
Thank you.
And could you please explain about the Malaysian foods?
Malaysian food. Oh, Malaysian food is we'll say, if you ever eaten Indonesian food or Thai food, it is kind of close to that. I know Malaysians would kill me for saying that because they're not exactly the same, but it's the closest if you ever want to think about what Malaysian food is like. But in Malaysia, there are 3 main races. So there's the Malay race, there's Chinese, and there's Indians. And because of the 3 unique races, the food that we have here is a mixture of all 3 as well. So when you come to Malaysia, you can find lots of food that suits your taste buds, I guess. Malay food is halal because it's Muslim. And then Chinese food is, I guess, quite typical of Chinese food throughout the world. Our Chinese food here is influenced mainly by the Cantonese cuisine, although you can find various other styles as well.
Okay, so as I mentioned, we all have 5-minute time slots, and I was a bit worried having Adrian first, and Adrian and 5 minutes is usually not very compatible, but it's fine now. Thank you very much, Adrian. Let's see where the rest of the travel takes us. So from Malaysia, we zoom out, go a bit north, and there we have it in Bangladesh. We meet fellow local guide Sayan Azad at Maya Lake. The floor is yours, Sayan. If he's here, of course. Didn't check. Let me check the list. Ah, yes. No, yeah. Sayan is in the call. He's in the call.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hi.
yes, there he is. Hi.
Yeah, sorry, I've been facing problem with the audio.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm China just from Bangladesh, level 8 local guide. Wait.
So you're at a lake at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's live. It's the
You
first
guys are
time. So
watching my screen?
yeah, now it's coming, but we see the presentation. We should see your.
Yes. Messages.
Now
We
okay?
should.
So
We can't see video.
are you at the lake right now, or
Uh,
how would you like to show it
I will start
to us?
5 minutes later. Oh, okay.
Okay, great. No, then we just can revert the order and see what the next one. So we'll be back here soon at Maya Lake. But for now, let's see. We move to India, where the third local guide, Hemang Rinandi, is presenting to us the Atal Foot Over Bridge, which looks very nice, really.
Thank you, Jen. Hey, everyone. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, Hemang, we can hear you very well.
Right. So, I'll first of all, namaste from India. India is a country with a 65,000 year old heritage, which means it's an historical place. And in India, we believe in taking care of the history and the culture a lot. I right now I'm right now presenting from Ahmedabad, which is India's first UNESCO World Heritage City. So with World Heritage City, it by default comes that it's an heritage location wherein we have 28 heritage places, heritage sites in Ahmedabad, and then there are 2,285 buildings that has been recognized by government, which has been taken care of by the government as a old structure, very important structures of Ahmedabad. So I am Hemang, a look at local guide level 8. I with me have my brother as well, Krutad, who is again local guide level 8. And we right now are at Atal Bridge. You can see this interesting, colorful structure. So Atal Bridge is basically a bridge that connects the west and the east of the Ahmedabad. So this is the West Ahmedabad, basically known as the downtown of the city, and East Ahmedabad is the old town that we have. So everything, most of the heritage cities, heritage places are into the east of the Ahmedabad. Now, when you talk about this place, this is called riverfront. It is something like Chicago Walkway or the walkway that we have in Paris. So it's a place wherein any people, anybody from age from right from kids to and old age 80 plus old could come here and enjoy the time. This is basically built on river Sabarmati, which dissects Ahmedabad into two. It's cut across the length of the Ahmedabad, which is around 12, 13 kilometers of the length of the city. And riverfront basically, consists of two levels. The ground level, or the below level that you can see here, is a walkway. It also has a sitting arrangement wherein newlyweds or the children can come and play. There are recreational areas over here. There is this sports center as well, wherein multiple sports happen, right from basketballs to footballs to Indians' favorite cricket. So everything happens here. There are a lot of children parks over here as well developed. So this is basically a development that has been happened. So yeah, the children parks. Then there is an event center as well, wherein G20 summit happened as well. Also, the delegates from the various countries visited this Atal Bridge as well. So this is why I am here. Apart from that, there is a river cruise wherein you can sit and have your dinners and lunch happening while floating into the river. There is also a joy ride, which is called an helicopter ride, which gives you travel across the city. And if you can minutely see, you can see the helicopter hovering around as well. So that is the joy ride happening. Apart from this, majorly this also connects to various historical sites. So in the far, you can see round-like structure, which is called Patang Hotel. the Patang Hotel is one of the symbols of Ahmedabad. So this symbol is also connected to this riverfront. Then there is one place called Gandhi Ashram. So Gandhi Ashram, most of the people would be knowing about Mahatma Gandhi, father of the nation, father of India. So his home was in the banks of river Sabarmati, and that is why we have connected this riverfront to that as well. Um, and then, of course, why this riverfront is the question maybe most of the people would be having. This is because Ahmedabad being a heritage city, and most of us, 50% of the audience here and across the globe will not have a good understanding of history. There are adventurous travelers, there are leisure travelers, and all. So to cater all kind of audiences, we have developed this area into a travel location wherein anybody from any age could come here and enjoy. So this is how riverfront is, and yeah, it's a beautiful place. Beautiful early morning walks, cycling, and all this happens. Exercises happen, yogas happen, karaoke's happen as well, and there is a food joints as well over here.
Yeah. Yeah, seems to be quite busy there from time to time as well.
So
I
it's
guess.
my Ahmedabad, and if you have anything to ask, or you can ping me as well. So yeah, that's it
Yeah.
from me.
I think if there are urgent questions, we can have one, but otherwise, I would like to check if Sayen is ready now.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Is it free actually? That any cost is there?
All right.
Is it right?
Thank you, Vandan.
Okay. Yeah, Sayen, then I'm having to take a tight schedule or keep a tight schedule so you can take the floor.
Hi everyone. Today I'm going to tell about one of my favorite places, which is Maya Lake.
Mm-hmm.
The screen is working?
I can understand
Or
why
it is
it's
still
one of your favorite places.
okay? I love a peaceful place like greenery or blue, like ocean. So this place is like full of surrounding hills and in the middle of a lake. And the name of the lake is Maya Lake. But my screen is working now. Well, yeah. You guys see the screen?
Yes, we see the screen. No problem.
Yeah. And this is the photo I taken. When I reached there, there was rain and in the
Mhm.
evening. And
Yeah.
this is the view. When I wake up
Wow.
in the morning and I got the view. And at 5 a.m., you can see the clouds surrounding you.
Mhm.
This is the best part of this place. And here also have a viewpoint where you can go there and feel like you walk more in the nature.
Mhm.
And here the tent, we live in the tent, and this is the one of view from here. This is the road view. The road is also narrow, but this is beautiful. This is one of these.
And is the lake up in mountains? Is it more or less at sea level?
No, it's just a small lake. It's not too big.
Okay.
There are also you can hiking there and trekking there. And at the end, we also taste this food. This is a local food
Okay.
here.
And what does it taste like?
It's like bangi. In our local Bangladesh, it's called bangi.
Okay. And it's a kind of fruit
Yeah,
or
fruits.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Is
a
it like
local
lemon
fruit.
sweet? Lemon?
No,
or
not
sweet?
lemon.
Oh. No, lemon. No, it is taste sweet.
Sweet
Sweet.
and yeah, little bit sweet,
Ah,
but not too
okay.
much. But diabetes
Okay.
people can eat this.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
It's as like
Uh,
the rock melon.
Okay.
Rock melon.
Okay.
But you can enjoy in my set. I enjoyed the lake and the cloud. This two part is very,
Yes.
very beautiful.
Yes.
Yes, wonderful.
Well,
Yes,
thank you, Sayan.
wonderful.
This was very, very
And less people
beautiful
go there,
picture.
so you can enjoy a quality time here.
Yes. Good. Thank you very much for showcasing the lake. I'm switching back now to the
Hello, sir.
Google Earth globe.
Hello, sir.
To
I can also speak, sir.
yes,
My
if
name
you
is
have a
sir.
question.
No, sir. I can. My name is sir Suyas Prasad. I am from India, Raipur. I am a student in Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. I am studied. There is sir. Sir,
Okay, but
I'm speaking. I'm speaking Hindi language, sir. Please.
yes, I'm not sure you're aware of the concept of the meetup, but we have an organized meetup with 5-minute blocks per person, which was fixed in advance. So if you don't mind, we're moving on now to the next place in our trip, which takes us. Let's see.
Yes, sir. जी सर समझ गया ओके जी सर बिल्कुल सर
Thank you.
जी सर धन्यवाद
So the trip around the globe now takes us to Europe, first to the north of Europe in Denmark, where we meet our good friend Morten, of course. And he's at Kronborg Slot, or probably in Danish it's pronounced completely differently. He will let us know.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
I would like to start with a short citation. Maybe you can figure this out. To be or not to be, that is the question. And there's another citation called, "There's something rotten in the state of Denmark." These words were written in 1604 by a guy called William Shakespeare. And William Shakespeare is a British author, but he actually wrote this play about Hamlet. And the Hamlet, in the play, he lives in this wonderful castle that you can now see in the background up here. It's called Kronborg Castle. It's also one of the UNESCO inherited protected sites. And let me tell you a little bit about the history. It starts in 1420. That's about 603 years ago. There was a castle built here, and then it burned down, and there was another one built. So in 1574 until 1585, this beautiful castle was built for the king. And why did he build it here? Let me tell you. Here, over there in the background, about 2 kilometers from here, that is actually Sweden. And if you turn north this way up here, you can get to England, you can get to India, you can get to the Americas and whatnot, and Asia. And if you go the other way up here, then you can get to Russia, you can get to the north coast of Germany, and you can get to the coast of Poland, Finland, the western coast of Sweden, and the Baltic countries, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. So this is actually an important spot where our king decided to get rich. So he built this castle, and see what he put up here. Can you see this in the background now?
Wow, yes.
There are plenty of cannons here. These cannons were used to enforce what they called the Sund tax, some duties that any trade ship passing by here would have to pay a levy to get through. Otherwise, these cannons, they would go mad and shoot at the ships. So the king, he got rich simply by threatening all the trade ships here to pay a levy to get through. Now I'm walking because I want to show you the inside of the courtyard of this castle also. This place is very, very touristic. There, you might be able to see some tourists in the background. I don't know how many guests they have every year, but now here I'm about to enter the courtyard. Here we go. See, there are people in there. Yes. And in the basement of this castle, there is a nice guy who you might think that he's a Viking, but he's not really. Something is happening on my screen here.
Yes, we lost your video transmission.
Okay.
But we got most of it.
We are not getting video.
Yeah. Here I can. Here,
Yes.
maybe I'm back. I'm back.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah,
back.
yes.
Good. So there's a guy in the basement over here, in there, where the military took over this castle for some years. And down there, there's a statue of a guy called Holger Danske, the Dane called Holger. And he's a statue. But the story is that he will wake up if anybody attacks Denmark, so he will be ready to defend us. And over in that corner, there's a church, which says, well, there was a fire, and that church actually survived. I don't have time to go in and show you, but down here, there's actually an exhibition at these hours now. It's about monsters, so the kids can go in there and look at this. Look at this. There's one of these things where people get punished by sticking their head and their arms in here, and somebody could whip them. I think that's all I have time for. So all the best from Copenhagen.
That's great.
And
Morten.
Helsingør, which is
Really?
just like an hour north of Copenhagen. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Very nice presentation.
By the way, Morten, there was also some very nice cooperation from a few birds. When you made some movement with your camera, there were two birds flying by in the exact. So it was you hired those birds, I guess. You paid them to fly by. Which was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
All good.
Yes.
So, and this means that I made a good judgment call to put in a 5-minute break because that allows us to catch up again with the schedule, where we will be traveling from Denmark, not all that far away. Let's see where the next stop takes us. We're going a bit south to the south of Germany, to Augsburg. And there we find Keith Meinhardt, who is next up. Take the floor, Keith.
Hello, can you hear me pretty good?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, good. I want to show you a wonderful place here in Augsburg, Germany. Augsburg is a city here in Germany, and one of the oldest city, founded over 2,000 years ago by the Romans. And so I'm going to show you the Fuggerei. The Fuggerei is the oldest existing social housing complex in the world. It was founded 1516 by Jakob Fugger. And if you want to, I would love to take you inside and show you what the houses look like. And the social housing is still in working, and there are 67 residential buildings here with 140 ups. And it was located here in Augsburg. And the wonderful thing about it is, to live here at the Fuggerei, the applicant must meet a certain social criteria. They must be Roman Catholic, they born in Augsburg, in financial need, and demonstrate good behavior. So you see if you can come in here and live here. And the wonderful thing about it is they want to help people. Jakob Fugger, called the rich, want to help people. And so he founded this social complex. And still the rent for 1 year is written from 2016. And what do you think? What is the rent in euro or in dollar for 1 year here at the Sotla housings? Guess.
Yeah, cheap would be like 400 euros per month, so 5,000.
Well, it was not actually very close to it. It's 88 cents a year.
88
live-
cents
A year
year.
to live here. Yeah, that was for the social needed people and still is. There are over 180 people still living here.
Wow.
And it's the building's still in shape and good work here. And it's been here since 1516. And all the houses, all the apartments are still at rent, mostly to needed people, older people, but it's still here working. And there was a man who was living here for quite a few years, and you probably know him because it is Franz Mozart, the grandfather of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He was in need too, so this was the house that he was living. And you can see still are some people living here. And you can go through here. Here's a museum, and it's open all year long. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
Wow,
Very
that's
well
really great.
maintained. Great place. Very well maintained.
Yeah, it is still maintained here, and the Fugger, they still have a lot of money, and they still take care of all these surroundings here, and the people here taking care too. And there's a lot of tourists coming every day here to look at it. So if you ever come to Augsburg, need a local guy in person, just let me know.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Great.
Thank you.
And Augsburg is not very far away from Munich either, right? We met in
Yes, it's about
Euromeetup in
45
Munich.
minutes to Oktoberfest, or what the city around Oktoberfest called Munich.
Yes. Yes, and at that rate, I can understand that there's very strict rules on who can get a house there, because for 88 cents per year, there would be a lot of candidates, I guess, if...
Yeah. And the list is over 130 names long. They're still waiting for houses here.
Amazing. Thank you for presenting that. That's the Fuggerei. Nice location. Good. Then changing back to the globe view. To see what the next stop on our trip is. So I think we're going south we're leaving Europe and bam, into Africa, where I think this is a very peculiar choice from Sagir. It's in Nigeria that he's living, and the place he selected was the Korean Culture Center in Nigeria. So Sagir, are you there?
Hi, Jan, and hello everyone on the call. It's an awesome afternoon from here. I'm enjoying my weekend while traveling over the globe. I've been to Europe this afternoon.
Yes.
Also to the Asia. I'm back to Africa within I think within 34 minutes from when we started this call. Thanks, Jan, for organizing this. I choose to share this cultural center, but very unfortunate, or I would say fortunate. I was not able to go there today because they are not around. They only open during the weekdays. So, but I have some pictures to share with us. I think my screen is coming up.
Yep.
Okay. So this Korean Cultural Center is a location within the heart of Nigeria, which is the federal capital of Nigeria, Abuja. And it's a center whereby Koreans want to showcase the culture of Koreans, to the Nigerian community, and to any tourist person that may come around. Why I choose this place is because we tend to live with other countries within other communities from another countries within our countries, like the embassies, the missions within each country, but we tend not to know much about them. So I don't know, in my life I don't have plan or any dream to be in Korea, but by visiting this center I will get to know more about Korea and their own culture. Likewise, there's so many centers like this in Nigeria here. We have the Japanese center, we have the Indian cultural center, we have other countries that have their own. So I have this Korean own that catches my mind most. That's what I want to share with us all. So this picture you are seeing is a gong, which is a normal something that Koreans use to call the attention, like a bell, or when they want to make announcement, or when they want to inform people about the time, or when they want to call the attention. So they used to hit this gong to make to call the attention. And the center has so many rooms and so many places. One of the places is this different masks, which in Korea they value mask based on their tradition. There are some events that they use to wear masks, and there are some ceremonies, some cultural activities that warrant wearing a mask. So there are different kind of masks that is fit for different kind of events. Some of the thing you can see there is this type of typical dining area in Korea. They used to sit on the floor when they are eating, not on a chair, and they have table with different kind of utensils like the teacups, the teapots, and even their chopstick and the rest of that. You can get to see all those things. You don't have to be in Korea to know that. This is one of the open areas that you see. They showcase different kind of clothing of the Koreans. This is showing the women clothing. This is a training area for taekwondo. They used to train taekwondo. You can go there and register yourself, your kids. There are sessions for adults and for the children. So you got to be trained by experts, different belt owners, black belt, red belt, and so on. It's so interesting. They have the painting rooms like this that they keep different pictures of different areas in Korea. This is the same typical look for the dining area, like the one I showed earlier. This is the same thing for the clothing section, and there are so many like this. Uh, sorry, my English is not that strong. I forgot what should I call this. The statues. There's so many statues and carvings. Yes.
They look like totems. Is there a special connection between Nigeria and South Korea, or?
Yeah, we have a very strong ties with Koreans because the Nigeria and Korea have a very long term relationship. I think since when Nigeria had become independent in the 1960s, the Koreans are among the first countries that we got to be friends with. Then there was one unified Korea before the split.
Yes.
So this is a typical bride and groom dress of the Koreans. This all came in small statues that you will get to see around. This is within the Taekwondo hall. Is a picture showing the Taekwondo dream of people around the world. you know, taekwondo is something that is being carried all over the world. It's been practiced, but it's originated from Korea. This is another a mask dressed and someone in a statue in a dress showing some typical Korean dressing. I think these are the little I can show us, but I wish I can take us around the center physically, but very unfortunate they don't open within the weekends.
No, we'll have to keep that for next occasion then. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Sagir. It was a nice place to see. And a bit, surprising to come across then Korea in Nigeria.
Yes, Korea in Nigeria.
Yes.
Thank you, Jan, for organizing.
You're welcome. Okay, so far we've been doing a lot of traveling over land. Now it's time to go across the ocean because we're moving to another continent, to South America, to Argentina, where Maximiliano Zalazar will be showing his favorite place right now. That is, if we can find Maximiliano. Is he still here?
Yes, Max, you need to unmute.
Maxi.
Unmute.
Estás muteado, Maxi. I'm sorry. I will try to help him with the translation.
Hola,
okay?
Hola.
Ceci me va a ayudar a traducir porque mi inglés es re básico.
Sorry, he's saying that I will try to help him with the translation.
That's perfect.
Okay, because he speaks Spanish.
Yes.
Okay.
Maximiliano asked about that, and I was sure that Sylvie and you would be here for translation aid if needed. So, go ahead.
¿Listo?
Dale, adelante.
Bueno, hola a todos, bienvenidos a la ciudad más cosmopolitan de todo el mundo. Vamos a presentarles la ciudad de Buenos Aires.
Okay, welcome everyone. This is the most cosmopolitan city in the world, and this is what he's saying. That is Buenos Aires City.
En estos momentos estamos en primavera, pero todavía sigue el frío de invierno.
We are now in spring, but there is still very cold here because the spring it's just started only a few days ago.
Es la ciudad de Messi y la Argentina de fútbol.
Yeah, this is the Messi city. The football soccer player, okay?
Okay.
Bien, tenemos
we've heard of him, yes.
Have you heard of dicen que escucharon hablar de él, Maxi.
Lo que estoy mostrando en este momento es la avenida más ancha del mundo, que es la 9 de julio, lado norte.
This is the most wide road in the world. This is the yes, it is. It is the 9th of July Avenue at the north side of the avenue.
Okay. So 9th of July is Independence Day or so then, or?
It's the Independence Day, right?
Yes. Okay.
Maxi, es el 9 de julio, es el día de la independencia, está preguntando Jan.
Sí, así es.
Yeah.
Este sector se suele llenar de turistas.
Yes, all those tourists everywhere. It's horrible, right?
Yes, it's the most important place in the city, the most touristic place in the city. That is why there are a lot of tourists there.
Luego le vamos a mostrar la parte de zona sur y el obelisco, en el cual tuvo dos fundaciones. Este es el monumento que representa las dos fundaciones.
This is the obelisk that represents the two foundations that the city had in the past. The city had two foundations, okay, and that monument, that obelisk, represents those both foundations.
Luego vamos a pasar a la calle Corrientes, donde están toda la zona de teatros, en el cual Buenos Aires se destaca por tener una noche muy exclusiva.
He will show you the Corrientes Street. That is the street where are most of the theaters, and it has a very important nightlife. Buenos Aires has a very important nightlife, okay?
También tenemos la zona del Mirador, donde podemos observar la ciudad de las alturas, y la casona más famosa del mundo que queda en el techo de un edificio.
He's saying that you have a high place where you can see all the street and the obelisk from the top, that right there. And there is a house, a very famous and tiny house at the top of a building. He's showing it. He's showing the little house there. Can you see it? It's at the top of the building. It's an ancient house that has been built at the top of a building.
Wow.
Bueno, tenemos una ciudad ultra segura con respecto a los movimientos LGBTQ+. Con respecto a las religiones también se considera una ciudad segura, así que cuando puedan, nos pueden venir a visitar.
He's saying that it's a very secure city regarding LGBT community and all the religions, and we have a very diverse city, so you can come here to visit the city whenever you want.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maximiliano.
Gracias, Maxi.
Gracias, Ceci. Te doy una.
Thank you. Let's see, we have one more to go, but I'm not sure that will work because the final destination for today, let me see, is from South America all the way up to the north, to North America. In Ottawa, Canada, where we have Terry Geary, who was scheduled for the next slot, but I don't see him in the call at all. So unless, Terry, you're logged in under a different name, you can let us know, but I'm afraid Terry is simply not here at the moment. I also just got here. He will probably be here in a minute because he just sent me a message on social media.
In the meantime, Jan, I can explain one more thing from Copenhagen.
Yes.
See these ferries here? They go to Sweden. Sweden was right over there, just 2 kilometers that way. They run every 20 minutes. And I have a sad story or a funny story. Once I went over there and took a lot of pictures for Google Maps, I think 219 pictures, if I remember correctly. And then I went back on the ferry. I was kind of tired. And when I woke up again, I was back in Sweden. So I went to Sweden, came back, forgot to get off, went over, I had to go back once more, but the ticket was okay for all of that. Back to you.
Thank you. Just see if Terry can join it. In the meantime, I'd like to take advantage of the presence here to get some feedback. What do you think? What do the participants think of this format? Yeah, that's also very very practical. Yeah. Yeah. Morten, now you have hired a boat just to arrive in the background. You spent a lot of money.
Jem, can you exchange our phone number? If anyone want to travel in our country or other country, then we can communicate each other.
So now Terry is saying he needs to be let in, but you should. And I also see no. Yes, I see.
While waiting for that, Jan, let me compliment Morten. Morten, the castle you share is so awesome. I visited one castle in Accra, Ghana, one country in West Africa here. They call it Elmina Castle. That castle was built by Portuguese in the I can't recall the year, but it was built in I think 1518. So it got burned down, and later on the Danish people, which is people from Denmark, came and rebuilt such castle. The design and the look of the courtyard is exactly similar to the one you share. It has a church, it has the guards room, the room where they kept slaves. They use such castle for transit when they bring slaves from the inland to the coastal area. That's where they pick them to the European and to the American savannah sugar lands. So it looks very very similar. I enjoy looking at that one. It brings back the memory of my visit to Ghana. Thanks,
Great.
Ian. Morten.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
In the meantime, Terry has joined, and Terry, I will give you the floor right away because we only have 7 minutes left before the call will be terminated by Google. So please let us know where you're at in Canada. You're still muted at the moment. And I appreciate your efforts because it's still very early in the morning, I understand, in Canada.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. We don't see any video footage yet, but we can already hear you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if my Wi-Fi is working here because I am somewhat in a remote hill on an old ski lodge.
Okay. Interesting.
So the other link you sent me doesn't seem to be working.
No, that was just a reservation for the timing. But now this is the main slot. And please tell us. So try if you can to switch on the camera. If not, just tell us a bit about the place where you're at the moment.
Okay, is the camera working?
It is.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to do my best. I am in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to try it. Good morning from Canada. This is Terry PG. I'm in
John, are
Streets,
you aware of the
Ontario,
fact that
Canada.
3 minutes more? 3 minutes more.
And I'm at an older ski lodge that used to be a ski hill, and now it's what's called a trail hub. So in this beautiful area, there are trails all over the place. There's 200 kilometers of trails, walking up and down through hills, level grounds. If you look back there, you can probably see the old ski lodge. It's still used. Yes. It's a restaurant, washrooms. And I walked in today, and some gentleman just told me his daughter's getting married here today. So I'm so happy for him. The views here are spectacular. And as I say, it's still a little early here, so it's a little bit misty. But you can see the ski hills that used to be here.
When there was
In the
still snow.
background. Pardon me?
When there was still snow.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
trust me, the snow is coming. Winter's coming.
Okay.
You can see from the leaves out here that the leaves are starting to turn in Canada. And about 3 weeks from now, this will all be beautiful red, orange, brown trees. On a clear day, you can see Lake Ontario. And on a very clear day, you can see the border of New York, USA. So
Nice.
what I like coming here for, it's so peaceful, so relaxing, and I can get my exercising in when I'm not rushing this early in the morning. But otherwise, it's a great place to come and visit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure what will happen when the time is up for this call. I think Google will just terminate the call. So I'd like to extend all my thanks to everybody who was presenting, who was attending the call. There's a photo album. I shared that also in the invitation email, where you can upload pictures of the places for the presenters, screenshots. I was not, didn't have time to make any screenshots, so please provide some stuff there that I can use for the recap post. Thank you all very much, and enjoy whatever is left for you of the weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jan.
Thank you very much.
Everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Jan.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Mr. Jan, man.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Jan, man.
Thank you, everyone.